Hey, doing my daily video. I just want to talk about the Unisonis video titled DIY Chiropractor. This apparently was one of Mark's favorites. He just loved how it kind of like started out very normal, but kind of started kind of spiraling out of control and getting weirder and weirder as it went along, right? Um, I can't say that like this one really stuck with me. I feel like I only really remember it so well because I feel like they rewatched it when they did the final live stream on the death day of Unisanis. So, yeah, it was interesting. But it wasn't one that like I necessarily thought like stood out from the rest. But I mean, Mark really liked it, so I mean, that's definitely something to say about it. I think that is very interesting as well with the whole Unisana series about how so many different people had different favorites. And my one of my favorites that Mark, disliked so much, it was about like caffeine intake or something. It's coming up, and he was even thinking about deleting it before the channel got deleted, but then there was this whole appeal to not delete it before. And in that same way, it's like interesting because like the DIY chiropractor one, I was like, it's funny, it's goofy, it's fun seeing them do their bits, and Ethan do like the foreign accent of like, oh yes, I'm chiropractor, whatever like goofy stuff they do. It was fun and it was like it was interesting, and it was good, but like yeah, I don't know, like it wasn't anything that was like especially remarkable beyond how good their content just generally is. So I don't have a ton to say. I think I have a friend who's studying to be a chiropractor. I don't know if she has like a whole year or a few semesters or what left to go. I think it's a interesting field. I've kind of like debated doing something of that sort of physical therapy vein, but I don't know how much schooling and how much I would really love that. So that's always a thing I think about is, like, weighing like to become an expert in the medical field, it takes so much education, and I admire that greatly. I don't know if that's the route I need to be taking right now, but anyways, yeah, so shout out to chiropractors. I think there's somebody else I follow on Instagram that always posts chiropractic thing, and I try to think about like my posture. Some people will say like, "Oh, you have such good posture," because I do try to sit up straight, because I do have like the occasional back problems, sometimes neck pain, all that sort of thing. So I try to keep an eye on my posture, but actually sometimes I keep my spine too straight because of some of the ways that Taekwondo teaches you to your pelvis kind of like whether it tips outward or inward, will affect the way your spine bends, and you have to kind of tip it back, for a lot of taekwondo stuff, to keep yourself seated, in a certain rigid way for taekwondo, and I think sometimes that kind of actually messes with my back and makes it too straight, which is also a thing. So I try to also keep in mind, activating those core muscles, or, having a natural curve to the spine. There's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of little joints. The back is such a complicated, multifaceted, bone structure, and musculoskeletal structure, really. So, anyways, but yeah, I don't have a ton to say. It's supposed to like snow tomorrow. It's like the middle of April, which is like, is in Missouri. This is like Missouri weather, sure, but like it's like the end of spring, y'all. Like this is kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna call it a day at that. That's kind of all I really gotta say. But I hope you all are taking care of yourselves and doing well out there. It's, even though it's been like the end of like the year of 2020, like, and we're in April, it's still kind of everything feels like it's still, there's like so much like trauma we're all kind of collectively carrying with everything going on, with a lot of the shit that's going on with the U.S. police force. ACAB, sorry about it. Not sorry. This is ridiculous. Like that shit, like this is still happening. Um, and it's really tragic. And I, sorry, this just took a kind of crazy turn here, but like, yeah, I mean, like this whole country, healthcare is so hard to get, and it's really difficult, I think, for a lot of us. And a lot of people are working really hard, myself included, and it's exhausting. And I think we're all really fed up with it. So, anyways, I'm just going to call it a day at that, but I'll see you guys in the next video.